the young and the restless spoilers shock. Claire stared at the photograph of Summer and Kyle locked in a passionate kiss, her heart twisting with jealousy and a rising tide of resentment. The image burned in her mind, each glance at their intertwined forms fueling a simmering fury deep within her. Kyle had played her, she had thought he was different, but now, standing before this undeniable proof, Claire saw the truth. Kyle Abbott was nothing more than a two-faced liar, and worse, he had been toying with her emotions all along. For a brief moment, Claire's thoughts spiraled into chaos. She felt humiliated, enraged, and utterly betrayed. How could she have been so foolish? The fire of vengeance ignited within her, and all that anger now had a singular focus: Kyle Abbott. In the past, Claire had toyed with the idea of abandoning her allegiance to Victor Newman to follow Kyle back to Jabot. There was a time when the thought of working alongside Kyle, perhaps even by his side, had seemed appealing. But those days were long gone. The kiss she had witnessed between Summer and Kyle made everything crystal clear: Kyle was the enemy, and Claire had no intention of showing him mercy. The wheels in her mind turned as she plotted her next move. Claire had never been one to wallow in self-pity or retreat when cornered. No, Claire thrived on adversity, and the pain Kyle had caused her would become the very fuel for her revenge. She knew exactly what she had to do, and her path was set. Instead of bending to her personal feelings, Claire decided to stand by the Newman family, where she truly belonged. Victor, the patriarch and mastermind, had always seen something special in her, a potential that others often overlooked. He had taken her under his wing, and now Claire would use everything he had taught her to dismantle Kyle and his world. Without hesitation, Claire stormed into Victor's office the next morning, her eyes blazing with determination. She laid her proposal on the table: fire Kyle Abbott. Put me in charge of Glissade. I'll take down Jabot myself. Victor raised an eyebrow, intrigued by the sudden boldness in Claire's tone. He had always known there was something fierce within her, but this was a new level of intensity. Claire had the fire and intellect to rival anyone in Genoa City, and Victor couldn't help but feel a surge of pride seeing her step into her power. You want Kyle out, Victor mused, leaning back in his chair, studying her carefully. And you think you can lead Glissade against Jabot? Claire didn't flinch. Her voice was steady, resolute. I don't think, Victor. I know I can. Kyle thinks he's untouchable, but I'll prove him wrong. He'll regret ever crossing me. Victor's eyes sparkled with approval. He enjoyed a good fight, and watching Claire embrace her inner strength was more satisfying than he had anticipated. You've got a lot of fire in you, he said with a smirk. That's exactly what I like to see. Kyle has been getting too comfortable at Jabot. Perhaps it's time someone reminded him that no one is invincible. Victor loved the idea of using Claire as a weapon against Jabot and against Jack Abbott's arrogant son. Victor had never fully trusted Kyle, and this was the perfect opportunity to strip him of his confidence. Claire could be the key to taking down Jabot once and for all. With Victor's approval secured, Claire's mind raced ahead, already plotting her next steps. Taking control of Glissade would be the first move in her master plan. She wasn't just interested in business dominance, she wanted Kyle to feel every ounce of the pain he had caused her. Glissade would rise, not only to outshine Jabot but to crush it entirely under her leadership. And with Victor by her side, she knew she had the resources to make it happen. But Claire's motivations ran even deeper than just a personal vendetta. There was a darkness in her, something fierce that had always simmered just below the surface. It was something she had inherited from Jordan, her adoptive mother. Jordan had instilled in Claire a cold, calculating side, a ruthless edge that allowed her to do what others couldn't. Claire had always sought Jordan's approval, and now, she would finally prove herself worthy. She would take everything from Kyle and, in doing so, earn the respect she had craved all her life. As Claire's plans unfolded, Summer and Kyle remained blissfully unaware of the storm brewing on the horizon. Their rekindled romance was a spark of hope for both of them, a chance to reconnect and rebuild what they had lost. But this was Genoa City, and peace was always fleeting. Soon enough, they would be forced to confront the wrath of Claire, a woman scorned with the power of the Newman Empire behind her. Summer, ever the perceptive one, was the first to sense something amiss. She couldn't shake the feeling that things were about to go horribly wrong, and as her relationship with Kyle deepened, so did her unease.